Hello, everyone. I am here with Godvi, Gukun, Mifeng, and Kenny from Team Alpha, who did win the second round of the charity Showdown. Now, the first question I did want to ask you for is, you kept all four alive until the late game, but when you saw that the remaining three players outside of your squad were not just Dr. Disrespect, but the two remaining players from Squad Papa, was there any sort of intimidation factor playing into your heads, or were you incredibly still confident that you'd be able to close out round number 2?
他的问题其实就是在最后一个圈的时候，你们还剩4名队员在圈内，然后你看到其实还有其他的人在圈内，然后这个时候你们的想法是怎么样的？你们觉得自己是否有信心挺到最后吃鸡呢？他其实就想问一下你们当时的一个想法。
就我们当时是我们到防区之后，我们是知道那个防区是被攻了的，但是没有出现伤亡。就防区1楼肯定有一个队的人，2楼肯定还有一个队的人。然后在把防区的人击杀完之后，我们知道我们的120方向还有2队人在打架，然后当时把他们杀完之后，我们就知道我们只要再从右边拉出去，然后把在正上方的队伍夹掉之后，我们就能赢。
So they were pretty confident about themselves because when they attacked the building, they knew there are people in the building, no matter in the first floor or in the second floor. And when they successfully attacked the building and see outside, they knew in their 120 in that destruction there is people there, and they killed them. At that moment, they knew they can chicken dinner. Yeah.
All right, that's good to hear. Do you guys feel confident that you'll be able to follow up this victory with 2 more good games to end up leading the entire charity event?
他的问题就是在结束了这场吃鸡之后，你们在接下来2场是否也有信心获得胜利呢？
因为我们第1把跟第2把都打得还挺不错的，所以。 我想，我们接下来2把的话，也会就是保持住自己的状态，尽量打得更好的。
So they got pretty good grade in the first and second match. So they think they have this kind of confidence to have a better game in the next 2 match.
That's great to hear. I did want to ask, though, Mifeng and Kenny something, because you two were the players brought in. You're not part of the 4 a.m. competitive squad. You're brought in as influencers, streamers, as we like to call them. Have either of you played on a stage like this before? And if so, or if not, how has this experience been?
接下来他的问题要问蜜蜂仔，蜜蜂仔就是因为蜜蜂仔也不是4AM 的专业队员嘛，然后在这样一个世界性的比赛当中去参加比赛，你感觉是一个怎么样子的状态呢？
就是，死了没关系，杀一个还赚翻，就很轻松的在玩嘛。
She said she was pretty relaxed because he didn't imagine he can kill any people. So it's pretty good to feel until the last minute. So he doesn't expect anything. So it's nothing.
Low expectations.
Yeah.
All right, we're already surpassing that. Now, for the entire squad, though, there has been a lot of support this week so far, and that's only going to carry further into the weekend, I assume. A lot of support for your team. You have fans all around the world, but a lot of people coming from China to support you guys. How is that? Playing in Berlin, playing in another country, but you have all this amount of support behind you.
其实这个问题就是，你们来到德国不远万里，来到一个异国他乡去比赛，有非常多的中国粉丝来到美奔去支持我们 4AM。然后你们是一种怎么样的感受？在外打比赛却有这么多粉丝的支持？
就是压力比较大吧，然后我们尽力打好。
He said thanks to all the fans from all over the world, and they will try their best to get better grade for all their fans.
That's great to hear, and good luck in the rest of the matches. For now, though, I am going to throw it back to the analyst desk, who are going to help me break down this game even further.
然后非常感谢你们，然后也希望你们在接下来的比赛当中再接再厉，为国争光。
好，谢谢。
Fantastic stuff there coming in from Cameron as well as the 4 AM guys. And Team Alpha proves that they are indeed the Alpha Predator in game number 2. Always great to hear their kind of perspectives coming into that game. And to be fair though, what a result from them. After Godv in the first game being able to snake his way in, going up against 4 members of Gold, well, 4 members of their team as a whole with Evermore. Very difficult there, but getting the win to start things off, Boogie, that is great for them in game number 2.
Absolutely, and it shows you that power in the numbers. That's how they feel indeed, and that's how they feel at the start of matches as well. Especially when we had the first few days of TPP, when Honey Badger Nation actually chased them away. You can see that they were chased away because they were left alone. They were left in their looting grounds by themselves. They like to play as a team. They feel, as they said plenty of times, very confident when they play as a team, and it's for good measure. They are indeed very good when they're a 4-man pack. Oh well, 3-man and a lady pack.
We've talked about this multiple times. The more people you get into the later stages of the game, the higher chance there is of you winning a game. They sweep, they push the nice composition of the team, and taking, we said in the first game, yeah, if you're able to sneak in a game where you're left alone, you can salvage around getting second, and then next round you'll win it with a lot of kills. So this is exactly what happened. So fantastic for those guys.
That's the kind of hard-hitting analysis I like, Avenger. The later you get into a game, the higher the chance there is of winning.
So the later with like more people. So
if you keep 4 alive into the late
Did I say that?
Did you? Well, it's just me being selectively hearing of what you're saying.
Yeah,
there you go. I'm the bad one in that instance. But regardless, of course, lots of other things actually went down here whilst we look at things. Team Gates actually, from the very word Go Boogie, seem to have a very strong position and foothold. What did I do? Did I do something? But beyond that, they had a strong foothold on what came as rotations from other teams to be able to gun down.
What was good from them was the positional play that they've actually went for in the very early stages of the game. So they were able to capture a lot of teams transitioning into the circle or rotating into the circle.
Right.
And they put themselves on those little highways, so, or what we like to call highways, not necessarily only roads, but parts of the map where you have a lot of heavy traffic with vehicles coming into the circle. I was actually mortified. I got 3 frags, and all 3 of them were up against fast-moving vehicles, and that was quite surprising to see. Mortify is stepping really good. He actually got 2 frags against a dual bike enemy team, and that's not an easy task whatsoever.
I mean, this is what we like to see as well, you know, camping rotation, camping paths, you know, staying in positions, gatekeeping people outside the zone. This is what you like to see. This is clever, and also it racks up a lot of kills, it racks up a lot of points, so they can push themselves in there. But we gotta remember here, it's only top 3 that gets to give money away.
Correct.
You gotta get some chicken dinners, and you gotta get a lot of high placements. We've got 2 matches. We're halfway through right now.
Yeah, of course. There was a lot of moments to actually kind of break down overall from that game. One of them which, of course, was over with Team Liquid going with Sacriel and Wacko Jacko, of course. You actually saw James really popping off, getting himself 4 kills initially, and then they're using a lot of these little tiny grenades to be able to get even, it's a tiny grenade, a teeny tiny one, and then being able to get even more kills beyond that. So really nice play there coming out of James. And the rest of Team Liquid, even though they're middle of the pack.
That's typical James. The Nate God. He has a mode on his Twitch, Nate God. He is the man of Nate. And I could imagine, I mean, the Team Liquid in the future, they will probably drop nades to James because he hits every single of them. He's training with it. So obviously him taking 7 kills, but I think they got something like 13 or 14 kills in total. Yeah. That's going to rack up a lot of kills. Yes, they did go out kind of early, but if you, in your worst placement games, if you get a lot of kills, that's going to help you stay up there.
True. And one moment that I would notice right after James popped off crazy like he did, I saw Wacky Jackie pop up with his SKS. Zoomed in, he actually had a very good zoom, trying to fight off one of the guys from Myth, I think it was, and he was playing like he would have been playing against casuals, you know, peeking, over-peeking a little bit there, just making sure he's aggressive enough to get the frag. Instantly got downed. You do get punished. You cannot play as a streamer. You cannot play necessarily as you would be playing in a normal lobby against people like us, or like me, not necessarily.
I mean, he did. You
don't get second chance.
He crouched one time, but he wasn't mobile. He wasn't sidestepping. So he's standing in the same place, going up and down. You need to be more mobile if you want to take out the pros.
Jiggle peak, right?
Well, actually, you brought up Myth, you know, from the Southeast Asian region, but obviously we have a large contingent of Vietnamese fans here, and we saw Refund able to kill off Shroud, and for these guys, that was a big moment there, as you might be able to hear. And for Shroud, he was autoing with a VSS, he was being very flamboyant, very forward, but it didn't quite work out for him.
No, I mean, they pushed perfectly. They saw he they hit him 3 or 4 times. So he got him very low. He pulled a lot far back, and then they pushed him. Very good flank, had a high ground position. So the perfect play by them, you know, if you get a lot of damage in your seed, you can move on that as well. You don't need only to move on knocks, you can move on a lot of damage as well if you see 3 or 4 blood spatters, and that's exactly what they did.
The kill lead here at the moment, what a surprise. Genji Gold being able to rack up a whole lot. Jeems with a ton of kills in that game, and noticeably, Lion KK, who was very close to being able to take the MVP in kills yesterday in our TPP, also racking up kills here as well. It really goes to show, gentlemen, that these guys are some of the best fraggers in the absolute world.
I mean, also Silson from Savage, we saw him in the TPP matches. He was one of the sole purposes of their very good standings the first day. He had a ton of damage. He actually had the same amount of damage compared to all his 3 teammates. So if you put together all the damage from his 3 teammates, he had as much as them.
And speaking of damage dealt, we have, of course, here Jeems being able to lead that as well. Lion KK just falling behind that. Edge, in fact, putting out a lot there, Boogie, for the Australians.
And it shows you how the way they fight, and it shows you how good they are with the circles, actually, the statistic. It shows you that they're very good to crash the center of it, keep it protected, and also fire off at teams that are quite far away in the distance, not being able to get the kills right after, but they do deal a lot of damage to teams.
And here are the rankings as they come in. I just want to ask you one thing, Avenger, whilst we saw that. We actually saw the Genji Gold boys down at 4th and 5th with damage, but at the very high extent when it came to kills. Does that show very heavy efficiency in their play to be able to get the kills with less damage?
Both efficiency, but also steals. So when they steal the knocked targets, which they actually did a few times,
it shows
then
attention.
You don't get the few. Yeah, it shows attention, it shows awareness in the map, and also kill stealing. Kill stealing is a huge thing. Yes, there's assists, but it's not registered. You get assist and damage, but damage is a huge factor, but kills is also important because that's where the points come in.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a lot of points on the side here of Team Alpha as well. That's the 4 AM guys, as well as, of course, Kappa in 2nd place there. So the same 2 teams that got 1st and 2nd are the same 2 teams that got 1st and 2nd here in round 2, as well as that first one. And as you can see, they're very much so ahead of the pack.
Ooh, wow.
400 points separates Alpha and Oscar from each other. So they're looking very promising in that 1 and 2 spot.
It looks like everybody else is just fighting for 3rd right now.
Yes.
Because that's a very, very big lead with only 2 games left.
Definitely is.
Well, half of the games, if you count them that way.
Yeah.
50% of the way through is what we like to say. There you go. That's not even quick math, that's just basic math. But anyway.
Well, we're basic people, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's what we do, that's what we do. So looking at Myth here as well, the team coming in from the Southeast Asian region, trying to get them some kills themselves. And obviously, we saw them, for me, in my mind, in the TPP mode, they performed well, considering I sometimes forget in terms of how strong our major regions are. Some of our minor regions sometimes might lack being able to really stand toe-to-toe with them, but they proved me wrong, completely wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Minoru also being very, very good. They'd like to do a 3+1 with him on the standings there, and Ekalucia actually performing, being an explosive player that he is. He really does good in that team lineup there, so it was good to see him show up here as well.
Colorist, one of the guys that I actually even went over personally and congratulated for the amount of kills he got in TPP.
Yeah, and they're playing with Mithrin, which is also one of the best players that Turkey has to offer, and a huge streamer at that as well. He did actually fiddle a little bit with the esports scene, so to speak.
Team Bosphorus.
Team Bosphorus was indeed quite a big thing at the very start of the scene. We haven't seen so much of him lately. It seems like Polariduk is the one that has been taking all the attention from Turkey so far in esports.
Who's this? Who's this cute individual? With WTSG as well. The 5th member of WTSG for this team around. I like it a lot.
I'm sure WTSG appreciate the memes. Larson is indeed a meme boy himself, so he'd be very happy to be playing with the 2 influencers that they are playing with.
Wait a minute.
I'm wondering if there's a storyline to that.
Avenger, I feel like your entire tournament has led up to that one moment. Like, we're just having so much fun.
I mean, that's just quality memes. I love it.
And of course, here is Shroud, Dr. Disrespect, Balak, and McCoy as well, representing Team Bravo. A lot of fans out there for them. And unfortunately for Shroud, he didn't have the best of situations in the past for that last game. But overall, we're expecting to still see him getting big frags, big kills.
Yeah, that's the expectation right there. Shroud popping off. So far, it's been McCoy that has been absolutely killing. Balak coming in quite strong as well. Doc had himself a couple of kills. But where is Shroud, I wonder?
Well, actually, Avenger, that's one thing that we wanted to talk about. That situation where Balak and Dr. Disrespect were there in the house against the wall position.
Exactly, we saw them in this big wide position where they were fighting a 2v2. They pushed into it, they got a knock. They didn't want to push on the knock because they knew there was one of the opposing teammates having a position on them behind the wall. So they didn't kind of work together. Balak pushed out, he pushed out a lot of nades. And Doc, he was actually inside the house, making sure that they could see around it. Unfortunately, Balak pushed very aggressively on the knock, but Doc wasn't there with him, so they ended up losing Balak on that push.
And it shows you the pace of the game that the pros take here. When someone says, like Balak probably called that out, I'm going out support, and he instantly went out. And that's the pace of the game, as you said it earlier. When they call something, they do it that very instant. Now, the Doc's probably not used to playing at that very, well, he's used to playing at the highest pace, at the highest skill, at the highest momentum.
There you go.
And speed. But into the pro world, it's a bit different.
All right, gentlemen, well, thank you very much. It's time now to go to game number 3. We are 50% concluded here with the games. Our teams are going to have to rack up big points to get into that top 3. Let's head over to the Charity Showdown PGI 2018.
Thank you so much, and yeah, I'm super excited about this. I mean, last time I got to cast influencers, let's say, I went a little hard. So I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt because we've got some very good players here.
We do.
I mean, we've seen some incredible moments so far. I want to see Shroud turn up. Little mini bias. I can't help myself. He's a CSGO boy. I gotta see a little bit from him.
I was quite disappointed that we didn't see the Doc hitting that Can 98 shot.
Oh,
in the previous
at the end,
I just thought, oh, please,
my heart was there. It was there.
Please hit it, because I'd have just loved to hear the crowd go wild. You could hear them like. And this
They
is
wanted
good,
it.
yeah, everyone wants it, and you can kind of hear the crowd ramping up a little bit. It's like, oh, they're going to hit it. We've actually got some
toyed with us.
Some pocket communities, haven't we? We've spotted all around the arena. We've spotted them out. We've seen the signs, and when certain people get kills, we hear the noise come from them.
Certain people.
It's individuals. It is. To be fair, I mean, like you said, it's all for charity. It's all for good fun, and we have a good time and a bit of a laugh, see some kills and happy days.
Yeah. It's going to be very hard to restrain myself. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I make no promises. But the plane is obviously en route, so we're going to see how this goes. We are halfway through, so 2 more rounds to go, nice and easy for some of these teams. Some not quite having the same game. I want to see more from Wacky Jackie too, as much as the guy, theoretically, he's got a brain on him. He knows the game inside and out, but it must be frustrating when you have so much technical knowledge to be able to put it into practice in such a high caliber matchup. And the same can be said with Sacriel. The man is very theoretical in the way he approaches games, and then you got the kind of compliment. Oh God!
You mentioned. Why did you say his name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. What have I done? Sacriel, find some cover. Use that brain of yours. Oh, the support's here. Ibby to the rescue. Up on the bike we go. It's like that Kanye West video, just beautifully off into the distance.
You were. Oh, hey, oh.
Hey up.
Shaka fancies it. Oh, he's got a molly as well. Is he going to actually burn him with that? Potential. We'll keep an eye. You mentioned, I like how you brought up Wacky Jackie. It's become a bit of a meme now as such. Like, there are a certain point where I'm wondering, how the hell are players getting quicker down from the drop from me? Everyone's like, let's watch a Wacky Jackie video. Lo and behold, Wacky's waving. Job done. Whatever you want to know, you go on his YouTube, the man's got it. In terms of theory.
But why do you look the other way when you're going faster going down? That baffles me. It blows my mind. Have you seen that? I'm not even going to start because we already see a couple of kills coming in. Savage getting the early work done, just kind of, I guess, mowing people down in the fields. It's that kind of trying to find your position. And I like this from Shroud and the Doc, right? Do you know why I like this? This is their hunting territory. Now, whether or not it goes well, that's a little different. But we've all seen the clips. We've all seen the games. You want some action? This is where it is. You put Shroud close quarter combat, I'm feeling it. Doc, the same. And then you got McCoy there and Balak as well. But up against them, there's another team sharing out Pachinki. They're over towards the eastern side. Actually, very good loot too. So, again, they're not completely in the wrong there. Now, Team Charlie, which does have some of the Genji black players on there. Spotting out a couple. Is that car having a bit of an issue down there with Pino?
Circle comes in, and it's parallel to the left-hand side. We saw the plane route, so the people are going to be looking around. George, north, south. You've got West Coast taken by team number 9. There's a team lurking around the Gatka side. I think guys are kind of fixated on Pachinki at the moment, obviously for 2 reasons. One, we've got Shroud and Doc in there, but there is another team that could potentially go up against them. And, you know, regardless of what we say or think, those guys can aim. Technically, they're as good as the next person next to them. All right, we've got a fair few pro players in here, and there's definitely that jump up when we look at professional players. Some of the stuff they do is absolutely ridiculous, but still, you know, from a technical standpoint, they can handle themselves.
So I think the desk lightly kind of touched on it, and it's something that Wacky Jackie did. And I don't want to be mean about him at all, because he is a very cerebral player, and I like what he's done. And he is genuinely a nice guy. But I think the way that they described it on the desk was very, very good. The repeaks that he went for, I'll explain that in a second, because we might have a bit of action. And for now, it's Ibby. Don't think he spotted out Pino there. I'm not 100% sure. That could be a problem down the line, because Pino's working his way forward, but I don't think Pino's got a gun yet. I see nothing in his hand, so Wacky Jackie's chomping at the bit. Let's see if his nades are any better than his repeaks. Takes it away. That could be good. Does it go in? Just forcing him forward, but they're on the hunt here. Sacriel holding the angle, allowing the other two players to work further forward, but Pino's on the run. He's going to make a dash for it, 'cause I don't think he has a gun, and I don't know if Mixie does either.
3 grenades wasted here on Mixie. I mean, it might be all for nothing. It might be all just for 15 points. Sacriel, I think, looking at his gear, doesn't look too good.
None of them are. Look at Ibby's 30
all,
bullets. It's more than enough, apparently, for Ibby. Mixie goes down very quickly there. You can see the responses. Everyone's still trying to hold these angles, work out where the rest of the players are. Pino made a run for it earlier, went on the wider way around Yasnaya here in that north-northeast side, and maybe they found a gun, because so far, not so good for the other team. But Team Juliet here have been able to take down that one player who's standing in their way, but again, only had a revolver on the other side. James is there, a little late to the party, but he's got way better gear, so took his time for that.
Maybe just snaps to his head, takes a quick poke.
Oh, Pino has got a gun.
Finally, but still, he's lost his teammate in the doing so. He's got no helmet as well, so regardless of what gun you've got, even if you've got like an Uzi or something like that, you just spray him down, and anything that goes even close to their head, unfortunately, you will be going down. They've got to move soon. They're not in the circle. Obviously, they've still got to play soon. They've got plenty of time, right? You've got 1 minute 15. They're on the slower side, so to speak, as well, so they can move in from there. They might be hitting around Roshawk. The top end of it is pretty open for them, but it all depends where the guys who are up in Stalba decide to rotate to as well.
This is still a bit of a worry. You can see that Pachinki is very much on a bit of a knife's edge there. It could go either way. Good kind of defining lines. That's one of the towns that can be split into, but then again, you lose out on a drastic amount of loot. It's not how you want to walk out of there. But beyond that, let's have a little look elsewhere, see how people are getting on. Team Kilo with Mythrain, everyone loves a bit of that. If you ever see him playing and you look at chat, it's unique. But for now, they're doing fine. Nice little split here. Not sure how the loot's looking. It looks a little bit lacking on some elements. Only a level 1 helmet here and there. But if you're going to these areas, you're doing it for the sake of safety rather than that high-tier loot. You take that gamble, you take that risk. Now, we're actually finding a couple of players on the way. I'm not sure how this has happened, but just maybe run across them. This could be big.
Several of them do go down. Moondog looking for more. Easy finish off for him. Several points in the bag, 30 to be precise. Wick did get the, I think it was more of a, let's just at least take the antenna, and someone was there. He did run him over. Fair enough. The reply came in. The shots are now happening down inside Pachinki. I believe that's Dr. Disrespect. I think looking from the outlines, potentially a silencer on the front, which would suggest it's him. Balog gets tanked up as well. Another absolutely diabolical grenade from that man as he hits the wall. That's the second time where he's almost killed his teammates. He did knock the dock in the previous round.
The Doc's having flashbacks here. He's feeling, if he does feel nervous.
Again,
yeah, not exactly what you want, but CGX on the other side. Shannon Blue there, going to be make his way towards maybe his teammate, try and consolidate, so if they do get picked up, if they get knocked, the revive can come through, kind of sticking in the 2-2 split. That's another really good reason why you do it. Doc, though, got to be careful on those angles. You're showing just the head angle, but the return fire is very good. Myth players on the other side, though, picking up a couple of kills there, and, well, it's made in Thailand players picking up Mythrain, so myth on myth action.
I like it. 30 points in the bag. Again, another team that decides to pull up and try and take down a certain location. We're not expecting a team in there, and that's why you need to get these scouts out early. Send one individual player rather than losing multiple, which they have done, 2 in the vehicle, especially on the back of the buggy. He's so exposed on the back, you're just a walking target. Especially if you do pull up slightly late on that defilade of the hillside. Easy points for them. That fight in Pachinki is not going to be an easy one. You know, when we look at who's on both of those sides.
It's very hard to back out from
But the decent players, more than anything, it's not just going to be a complete walkover.
But I do like what they're doing in a way, though. You've got a couple of players putting themselves in really good positions. For now, though, the other teams will be making their rotations, making their routes. And if you're hearing the shots in Pachinki, you take a wider route away from that. And Shroud taking a lot of damage there. Again, not great on meds either. 4 bandages and 1, I guess, boost. That's it, really. So for him, he's got to be very, very frugal in the way he's using that. But to come back to the point of the difference between some of the higher tier teams and people who play more public games, you get away with a lot more. You can repeat the same angles. You don't have to be as on the toes. And this is what I was talking about with the flank coming out from McCoy. This is the play that I was discussing that he found room. He went up towards the church. He went the northern side to try and find a way around. Now there's pressure. You want that kind of linchpin moment now to come in from one of the other teams or one of the other players on this team. You want maybe Doc or Shroud to hold these central areas, allow a flank from the other side. But McCoy wants to do a lot himself here. He might want to try and confirm this kill if he can find a safe angle to do so. Oh, there it is.
Going to split them, which is good.
Perfect.
The door does open up, but there's absolutely no chance for him whatsoever. He'll confirm the kill. His teammate did split up and at least try and help him out.
Shaka's doing the same thing on the other side, but Balak's got that held down, and I like that. That's really nice play between the two pros as such, if you want to look at it that way. Shroud laying down a bit of fire, making the calls, getting the spots out, also just as valuable. But time is ticking, their loot's not great.
I'm pretty sure Shaka still plays for Detonator. We were casting them back at Gamescom. You know, so these are OG players that have been playing since, you know, if you want to say
They're going
alpha.
for a bit of a push here, it looks like. They're trying to get a bit more aggressive. Shroud's on the move. McCoy's pushed up. Here's the steps above him. Surely he knows what's going on here. I'm not 100% sure if he can exactly work it out, but these buildings are very close by.
686 in his hand in the toilet. If he opens that toilet door, there's going to be a complete flush, and it won't be the person intended for it. I mean, the 686 up close and personal, God forbid, no matter what armor you've got on, it's going to absolutely destroy your life.
They're faking out the sounds of drops and moving out of windows. McCoy, really smart play from him there. That's actually drawing out the players. The call gets made. The spot gets done. Now you can see the flash. This is good teamwork coming out from Team Bravo. Flash goes up. I don't know if it caught the other player. It certainly didn't. And oh my God, this could be a disaster.
He has to make a hit. He's only got 2 bullets, remember.
He's surely going to just spray through the door, and he is. That's the smart play from McCoy. Take no chances, take no prisoners, takes the kill. And it's Ghost Gaming's player, but it's Team Bravo working their way through Pachinki.
Forced him with the grenades to at least make a movement so they knew exactly where he was, had the information. If you do jump outside the building, you know, you can hear either A, the glass breaking, or B, your feet hitting the floor. He knows that he's not in, he hasn't ejected that building. He's still locked inside there. Puts himself inside the toilet. Unfortunately, you're just kind of causing your own death, really. It's imminent. 3 people push up. And yeah, I like how you spoke more about the sounds, Lauren, like specifically smoke grenades now. Fair enough. When they put them down, they will mask you. You hide inside the smoke. But more importantly, the noise. You mask the footsteps. You can do so much by just lobbing it in a building and then rotating round players.
And this is very aggressive or assertive play coming in from Bravo. They're pushing up and holding the line, essentially. So they know that Team Echo would have to push through them or around them, and that's not going to happen. They've got eyes on this. The best thing the other side would be hoping for here would be that they get a quick knock and then they can maybe open up an avenue of approach. The blue doesn't hurt too much at this point, but it's not what you want, especially with limited meds.
I don't know which angles happened here, whether or not purple teams failed miserably by not sticking together, or whether green team on the opposing side have worked so good they've singled out players. They've split everyone off individually, and now they can just bust in, take them out one by one. I mean, he can't move. I mean, look at this. Every single window we look through there, you've got 3 players that have eyes on him. 2 in the building, 2 in front, opposing. He's completely boxed. What can Rio at the back do, really?
That's great, though. Shaka finding Balak will open up an avenue if they do want to try and get out. And that nade could confirm it. Can he get it through the window, though? That's the big question. Up in the top right, that's what we'll be looking at. No, Balak survives, so a revive is possible. Shroud is the closest there, but they need McCoy and the Doc to help them out here. The other team are being a real nuisance to them, and that next blow, it ain't close. Shaka on the play gets down McCoy. This is big. They're pushing right back towards them. They're not going down without a fight. Echo are on the move.
They want this. He's going to go through and confirm the kill. A 2 versus 4 soon turns into a 2 versus 2. Now, the bigger enemy is that they're all inside the blue. They have to fight through this. They can at least get themselves back together upstairs. Have they confirmed another one? They have. Well, this turned around rather quickly.
It has for now, but this is not looking too good. McCoy's gone down, and we're into, I'm pretty sure 3 of the players stand. You've got Doctor still alive. The Doc gets a couple of shots, but he's on the move. Only 11 left in towards the clip. He's going to try and find the next angle on it. Spots him out, looks for him. Could work up the wall, but he doesn't know all the information, and he's quite isolated. That's when you see Balak now trying to support him, move up with it. Shaka and Rio on the other side, they've kind of still got to deal with being in that unfortunate position of having the blue against them. And you're going to have to think bigger picture here. They need to move them fast. That next circle is going towards Georgiapol. That's pretty far now.
They're setting up a little bit of a wall here of smoke. Dr. Disrespect will hold the angle. Hopefully he doesn't get too aggressive because he's kind of on his own. You've got Balak in the back lines. He can't really do too much, but they have to move. They know where they are. The gate keeps real. They want to get revenge. They've lost McCoy. And here we go, moving out in the blue now. It's all set up, Lauren. How's it going to play out?
Well, his name is Rio, and he might not be dancing on the sand too much longer. The Doc is there waiting. Takes him down. Doesn't have much to heal with, only bandages, so it's going to be slow. Shroud's on the move, trying to support him up here. Shaka moving in as well. He knows that he's close by, but can he find him in time? Shaka, revive or kill. What's the choice? I think Balak knows what his options are, and he's going to try and find the angle again, but the Doc, does he want some more? Is he up for the fight? Is he ever not up for the fight? It looks like he wants to confirm this. He wants to do something filthy to these poor players. They're all lining up. Can he get the kill? Great work on the side for the second. He still stands. Balak's there to support, and both the players are now knocked down. Balak on the move around the corner. Gets the job done. It's Bravo taking out Echo, but at the loss of Doc and the other teammate. They've lost out on 2 players here purely to get out of this city, and now they've got the blue on their back, and they've got to start running because all the other teams move towards Georgopol.
It's put them in an awkward position. They need to get some kind of vehicle and hope that they've got plenty of meds in the bag because it's going to do so much damage. Losing 2 players, all right, you've got yourself, what, 60 points, but at what cost? It might have pretty much cost them the game. We'll soon find out. That's a banging shot through the back of the UAZ. 2-2, unfortunately, falls, confirmed kill, 15 points there. Moves across to Kilo's team. You see how Doc went down, though? That's the power of the 686. Like, up close and personal, shotguns reign supreme. It's something we've seen more from the Eastern side. Eastern players, they love to hold this as a secondary weapon.
Now, I want to look at the, I guess, east of Georgopol crates as such, where we're looking right now. This is a very powerful position if you want kills and to be quote-unquote gatekeepers to the entirety of that western side of the map. You get to see people traversing, trying to utilize the bridges, and there's some really nice open ground and common used highways. And it looks like James is being very proactive in this. He wants to offer up another angle, but look who's coming over the hill across the bridges. It's Gold in the back lines, joined by the likes of Evermore, so it even gets almost scarier mentally.
The problem is where they are, unless they decide to turn and just face north and go all the way up north, they're going to have all kinds of problems because you've got Team 10, Team 11, all waiting in front of them. Where Team 10 are, Wacky Jackie, Liquid, and the rest of the boys there. That's such a nasty little bottleneck on that crossroads side from the T-Pack.
And that's great work from James. He was the one who went off and offered another angle to them. He moved further north to try and keep that in mind.
If you look at one player's overextended, that's really fantastic play. It's really clever because now, A, you're getting the information, but B, if you just put down the warning shots, you can deny them the north of the circle.
He stole the kill, though. Evermore is being filthy about this. Smart play from him, but it will be James confirming at least towards Xeon. But now the problem is with James that he's got a bigger team against him. Team Papa, the daddies have turned up here, and I would not be messing with them, all right? The point is that they are there, and if you've seen that kill coming in, that steal coming through, you don't want to mess with that. If you're James, get out of there. Do not stick around. That's not an isolated fight you want to be taking.
Bravo do have a vehicle. So Shroud and Balok will finally make it to the circle, depending on how much gear and utility they've actually got, even meds. It was looking rather weak. 4 AM at the top. Unfortunately, though, Dingception, C9 player, Yunru, Genji Black, they're all falling left, right, and center. That's 2. They're not confirmed yet. There's still 1 lurking. What can Dingception do? He has a grenade. It's a low ball. It'll force them back, at least for now. They're going to be bleeding fast because that's their second knock on both of them. In fact, Esther, I didn't realize where he was up on the top there. He can give them a line of sight, but he gets smashed and pushed back. That's fantastic work. He's getting hit from a different angle as well, Lauren.
That's such a hard shot to be hitting as well, but look at the adjustment from 4 AM. They see this, they know this, a new attack came out, and look at the push! Up on top of the hospital we go! You're going to need more than just a hospital. Take him to the graveyard. He's done for. 4 AM cleaning up here. Good work from them. God V at the helm as well. 3 big kills for him.
They jump a position and they gain 60 points by doing so. Fantastic work. The flank to take out the guy on the roof was monumental because he was just such an anchor. I mean, they drilled him as it was anyway and forced him back, but to completely take him out of the game, they pushed up, managed to take him out while they were bleeding out. GG, they claim the entirety of that area for themselves. Up on board with James again, spraying away with the mini happy days from him. They will claim the Georgopol Hill for the side of themselves, or Everest, whatever you want to do, but look at this. Ninja and the rest of Sierra, they're lurking on the opposing side. Gold at the bottom. All of a sudden, Everest becomes, well, excuse the pun, a mountain of a job because you've got 3 big teams up in here. In fact, there's a 4th one on the opposing side.
He just took down one of the members of Gold. That's a big pickup here. Evermore's still down there. Everyone's still around. But with these minis laying down fire, it's pretty big. But fire from the back lines, keeping Gold in a real awkward predicament. They have no safety, and if The other team, the Wacky Jacky team with Ibby and co, do want to push on this. That could be a big pickup. They could third party the hell out of this one. Ninja's making a lot of noise here.
I like how you called it. They're too fixated and focused on this. The rest of Team 10 can come,
they
can come flooding over this hill.
He's seen it all. The call's going to be made. Now, when do they engage right about now? There's no holding back. Wacky Jacky going right in. They might have wanted to wait a couple more seconds, but maybe you just got a little bit trigger happy on that. And now you're going to be seeing the other team back away, find new ground. There could have been a way better moment to maybe engage on that one. I think that was a little bit of lack of discipline there, and now it allows room for movement.
Evermore's been dropped as well, so another one from Papa does go down. That was a confirmed kill as well. Vard, K9 in the kill feed, found Molodoy. See you later, buddy. That's a knock for now. And the problem that they do is by doing this, Lauren, as you said, there could have been a bit of a more disciplined time to push because Josh OG does have that M24 facing down on them. If they decide to peek, if he lands that shot, it opens up the rest of the team to be able to just flood them and flank around.
Again, there's something to be said for timing your shots. You can call it, count it down, and you shoot at the same time. It's very hard to work out how many people are firing at you, if it's a full squad or not. But keep your eyes towards that hill. You can see Shroud and Balak actually moving up towards Mortify. Mossy, Josh, and Ninja are all up there. This could be a big fold. And Shroud, he's got the UMP. He can use it as well. Mortify's going to be feeling that one in the morning. But can Shroud adjust for the second? He still has the angle. He has the shot, but he can't get it done. It's Ninja on towards Shroud. And Shroud, he's not getting rowdy no more. It's going to be the hill dominated for now by Ninja and co.
Ninja gets the job done. Mortify will be able to at least get back up. Ninja's got his health as well. He was literally clinging on by tooth and nail. 4 AM, you can see up in the northwest. They'll be pulling up and just repositioning. For now, they need to be careful, though, because CGW straight on the back.
Shot!
He just dinked him at range. That's a... See you later, Ninja. Helmet's gone, buddy. They've got to now clamber and try and keep him alive. Josh, come on, you've got a 24. Do something, buddy, here. Fire back, answer back to that shot because that was a belter.
Josh being held accountable for things. Always a curious one. On the move, though. Godv gets picked up on the go. Lost aiming, finding a lot of work there. The Gilly Boy comes out to play, and that's an Orm I'm seeing.
There you go. I'm glad you noticed it. Even though it's all green and blended in, there is an AWM in play.
Oof, what are these shots coming out?
Vad, you okay, mate? That's back-to-back critical as well on Q-Rad. Can98 doing so much damage on the battlefield. Sacriel's find one of himself. That's a headshot with the M4.
Great positioning, holding the peak over the ridge. He'll tell you all day long about silhouetting, but Eska, he's going to try and get back into this. He needs to get the kill right about now. The underhand nade, that could be devastating. Does it get close enough? Run, boys, run! If he can't get away in time, the revive might come out, but Eska, he listens out, no steps. Sacriel considering his options. He was thinking for a second then, is he pushing, is he not? He's going to go for the risky revive.
Do you think he's just going to run for it afterwards?
I don't know.
Go on, get stuck in.
Eska could go for this. He's an aggressive player. He's a confident player. And he knows the other team are in trouble. Again, another nade will trickle down. But fire from the back lines comes in. It's the Knights players from the back. And the Liquid side, joined by Sacriel and Wacky Jacky, feel the pain.
James, Sacriel, and Ibby, they all hit the deck simultaneously. They're gone, they're out. See you later, boys. Eska's got a vehicle. I think it's time to run. In fact, it isn't. He's just going to get completely stimmed up. But out of the circle, so they can chill for now. Meanwhile, look at this. These boys up on top of the hill, Team 19, they can still chill. They've got sniper rifles, they've got range. They're lacking a little bit of utility. I've seen a few helmets and a bit of durability, so that's a bit of a problem. They're also on the back side of this circle, so if it doesn't go their way, Lauren, they've got a very open field. It's going to be all kinds of bullets coming their way. I don't think they've got vehicles, so they're going to have to run that. There's no hard cover. You are an open target on the side of the hill. That AWM, though, Vard's got a taste of his own medicine. He's got a Kar98, and he had a face earlier on. Now it's just been removed from him.
Yep, nade comes out. Molodoy to deal with 4 AM. We know what these guys can do. That split, pushing up towards the top of Hospital, big work from them. I do not like the idea of pushing these guys, but nice positioning on the other side from the likes of the Na'Vi team, joined by 2. Good nades coming in. I don't know if that revive is going to be possible. Let's see. No, not at all. That does indeed go away from 4 AM. Now down to 2 players. Kenny going to be feeling a little bit of that one, feeling a little bit isolated. The Welcome to South George guys are being pushed on here as well. Lost aiming and Moondie, they're not far off from this, and Grizzly, he's holding on.
They got a knock there, and they also got a really player tagged up. They forced him back. One of them was trying to be the open scout. Vard's still down. They will be able to get this, but he's not going to be in a position to take a fight. That bullet just skims the side. You just saw the dust. And with how low he would have been, that would have been another knock back to back. Look at all the players downstairs, though. Grizzly lost aim in a Moondie. They're going to be in a 3 versus 4 scenario, but all these players upstairs, again, with how tanked up they're going to be. I'm hearing Molotov being cooked somewhere?
No.
Or is that the electricity?
That is the electricity.
It's
Welcome to being debated.
I despise it. It's one or the other. There's so many times I've been like, oh God. Josh finally finds Jari with the headshot on the 24. That gun being put to good use from the side of the hill. Ninja and Mossy have extended. I like this. Give them some kind of movement, and it's paid off dividends.
Nice 2-2.
It's nice. It works all kinds, but they've got to be careful because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 players near enough behind them and the remnants of gold directly in front of them. This is not going to be an easy rotation for all those teams on the back line.
That nade's not bad from Olodoy. It's very good, actually. 4 AM not looking so great anymore. I'm pretty sure that could be them done for. I don't see their last player. I think that's them swept.
It must be because it went, yeah. I think that was an insta, so that's going to be GG, unfortunately. AWM lost aiming. Hopefully it won't be lost because every single bullet needs to count. Does catch one player running around the backside. Larson comes up on the side of the hospital hill. I know you're used to this place, buddy, because that's where you go through the game to roll it. He wants a piece of this through the window. Finds one. Gilly Boys to your right-hand side. Doesn't see him. They should end his life here. They don't go jumping out willy-nilly. He does get picked up. He does fall down. 36 players alive. 12 teams in total.
I like the idea. The theory, it wasn't bad, but the execution, you're not going to get away with it. But credit for style points. I'll give him that. That was a nice idea. But you got to see the kind of approach from the rest of Welcome South, George. Now, even though they are under fire from another team, they put themselves in a position where they're basically going to catch the others when they move out.
Teams will begin.
Oh, poor sweet die.
Yeah, all that gear as well. Level 3s. Big boy sniper rifle as well. And the players, they're moving out of the hospital. But unfortunately, it's not gone their way. Vard says no. 1, 2, 3. They're all down. They're all dead. Sitting in the hospital has not paid off for them whatsoever.
He's got to see it. Vard spotted them. 3 players on the move. Critical is close as well. I wouldn't write them off here. Critical's been starting to warm into this. We saw some banging shots from him earlier on. But Vard's on the move. He saw the players moving his way, so he's going to adjust, maybe try and find an angle where he can just watch for people silhouetting over the top of that ridge. A nice approach. The nades continue to rain in, and he is very much alone here as well, Vard.
I like how you called it from Delta in the previous round. These boys were going off. They had a beautiful time doing the same here as well. They're almost into the top 10. One more team and they'll be there. An octave from a Vanga. Scar in hand and the ACOG. It's only a level 1 helmet. I think there's a level 2 chest, so he's laughing on that one. Mumino on the opposing side in the silos. That's going to be an SLR, so the boys have the range at least. QR'd as well. I'm seeing a Kar98. Ninja also with a K9. Does he spot the leg though? Doesn't for now. I think there were bullet loops on the back, so that'll give him at least the quick reload time on that one as well. Remove the spread. He removes his face. Linda, see you later. Insta kill. Same with QRAD as well, so 2 teams just like that gone. We're into top 10.
That circle's not completely pushed out Ninja's team just yet. They're still okay here. It's that next circle that really could put them into a horrible spot with a lot of teams being able to stare them down. A big open field in between, but they can hit shots to maybe create routes to do this.
I like what the boys from Navi have...
How?
I did not see that going that way.
No, when does it ever go that way?
That's wild that pretty much every single building bar of Vangas has been removed in this side of circle. Like how do... Well, I mean, you love to see it. It's certainly going to be a wild one. All the boys up top north, they do have to work the way down. Fox has been a little bit quiet. Fox has been chilling on the right-hand side there for a while now, just the edge of the hill. Gold has to be very, very careful. Esker, we know he's a man who can. He's got a plan for everything. He can certainly handle himself. Modify's trying to get a bit of range on the top of the hill. He's going to back off from this one. Texas, 6 times on the K9. You can see an octave just up there inside the house, and they know where they are here. That's going to be the last building. Again, for these guys, they have the building for now, Lauren, but the next circle shrink, unless it literally does go their way, there isn't a great deal of cover when you come out of there. You're just going to be in a plain open field for now.
Oh, Esker.
That could be cheeky.
Esker, he might be in trouble. Oh, he is! The nade is huge from Voxic. Esker has been an MVP of all kinds throughout this tournament, but that moment was all on Voxic.
Ninja's going to try and... Is that one of the wooden...
Yeah.
Checks it is, so they should be able to spray that down quite easily. Scopes in, looking for more.
He's used to taking down wooden buildings, Rich. He's very talented at it.
You had to get one in, didn't you?
Low-hanging fruit.
Have a crack, why not? Josh M24 Ninja. Oh, Avanga doing some serious work. Myth have just been completely battered. 7 teams, and now it becomes a fight for survival. How long can this Wood withstand the bullets and the onslaught from uphill?
He's made a run critical. That's a nice move from him. He had to provide another angle, maybe deny some peeks coming out from Ninja and Josh, but right now he's actually lost out on the fight, so Ninja has the angle, and this is something we'll talk about as to getting angles, is if you win the first peak and you hold the line, it makes it very tricky for the other team, but now we're going to be seeing Sierra have to move forward a little, find some position. You don't get away with it at this level. Josh gets banged out. On the floor he goes. That revive is not looking too likely, but they do get one back. It's not for nothing here. The trades are coming out.
It's Mamino with this SLR just in the distance, like picking individuals off left, right, and center. He's causing them all kinds of problems. They'll try and smoke out Josh to see if he can get him out. Meanwhile,
at that.
One Career just preying on, clinging on.
He's doing all these shots from Rowan as well.
In the previous one, it was Esker who, the vehicle actually solidified his death. Ninja just killed Josh with a grenade, whether that was on purpose or whether it was supposed to be a smoke is a different one, but still he's down and gone. Yeah, you need to be careful of this vehicle. That ended Esker in the previous one, but they don't know he's here. So
they have no idea, but there's 4 players around him.
He's got the bush, though. Look at that cover.
It's real nice. If he steps any closer, though, he's just not going to breathe. He wants to just hold his breath. And that circle hit, that is right over him.
Flash Hider and a holographic, though, on the Scar is a nasty, up close and personal. Like, that's going to wreck house, so he needs to make sure that, they're all
kind of... check on it? Like...
They're looking at range at the moment. He can get the upper advantage, but he has to make sure that every single bullet counts because you damn well know they're going to turn on a pinhead as soon as they hear these bullets. Have they got 4 as well? They do. Yep. So they got 4. It's going to be a rough task to do this, but it's...
But Sierra can go high ground, right? If you want to be real sweaty and keen, which isn't a bad thing, you go into the blue slightly and you work your way around. I don't know how much the night side and +2 will be watching that. You can see them very much tunnel visioned here, which could be an issue. And you're seeing Mortified doing what I theorized, and Voxic has no idea. Tag comes out, but it wasn't a clean kill. Now the rest of the team will turn around. This could prove an issue here for Sierra moving forward. Now they need to be fighting this one out. If you're on the other side of things, if you're the team on the other side of that, you're going to be laughing. That gives you a bit of respite because they're going to have to turn their attention here. But can they get in now? Can Sierra find some room to find some cover? Is there enough available on this side, or is there too many players keeping this in tabs?
Look at the push, Lauren. Avanga, they're all driving in here. They're going to turn up. Unfortunately, Ninja for them will be waiting in the distance. M4 drills him. Will he confirm it? Tags him up enough. There's another player behind him as well. He's got to be careful of this. There's 2 of them. Liga and Mamino. Mamino's been doing so much work with this SLR now. Needs to be careful. He gets smashed to the side. The meds are there.
He's done for. They engaged on too many fronts. They took 2 fights there. And then the Avanga guys turning up. That should be the confirmed kill. And it will be. Ninja goes down. Sierra are being battered here.
Fights on 2 different angles. Well, all this has been going on. Man's just sat happy.
How?
Almost center circle. He is one with the bush. He is completely happy where he is. He ain't moving. Team 6, 4 players alive. TG, Mossy, last player for Team 19. Mumino will probably be the same again. I don't think Liga's going to be able to get to him. If he does, it would be a complete miracle. However, that is his first knock, so he will bleed slow. But honestly, with Ben and Rowan on the top, I wouldn't have thought... Does he have the line of sight? No, he doesn't. Mamino's getting tapped as well. That's going to be Texas. But Mamino finds him. That's a headshot with the AKM. That's a bit of a lucky one. The AKM's got some damn kick to it, and he's only got a red dot as well, so that's nice. Liga does get finished by the K9. But that's really good, though, for Mamino, because he's now got Texas completely off his side here. It comes down to who dies first. Ewan, Mossy, or Mumino.
He is sitting in such a good position because the other team, Team Fox, have no idea. Mossy could prove a problem. Somehow Voxic hasn't seen him. He's got the blinkers on. He's completely and utterly tunnel visioning towards Mamino. There are so many snakes in the grass here, and the 3 remainders for Team Fox might be outfoxed in this situation. They might be considering everything before it happens, and Mossy, he knows he's surrounded, but this is smart from this young man here. He's been playing that out so well.
I can understand it why you wouldn't look there. I mean, he's not shot. He's not moved.
No.
He's not even creeped forward. He's not even healed. I mean, sometimes you'll use the stim, and all of a sudden this little can will just roll by. It's like, well, that doesn't grow on a tree. That's That's definitely come from somewhere. Mumino finds Texas, which we saw earlier on. He does confirm that kill, stops him crawling, stops him giving the information. Now they're all going to look Mumino's way.
They're going to be baffled, though, because they maybe thought that there was more teams left alive here. There's still 4 teams, 6 players, and there's 3 of them on this team. And here we go, on the run, Mumino tries to make a dash. It does not happen. Voxic takes him down, but now we have 3 teams left, 5 players standing, and Mossy is one of them, and so is Yuan. And this is huge. Look at this positioning. This could actually work out for them.
Perfect world scenario. Mossy knocks 1. Yuan steps up at the right time.
They have, once this circle moves in, they're going to be baffled where the hell these players are.
I don't know what his gear's like, though. I mean, he's already... we can see it on screen, actually. Excuse me. Scar 556. It's not going to do too much against several players. It's good.
I'm seeing a vert grip on it, I think, in the hand. Possibly not 100% sure.
It's good, but with how many players are looking at him, it's still...
But they're not looking at him. That's the thing.
If they do, once... Oh.
There you go. There's one. Spots out the second. Now he needs to follow it up well and clean. Does get tagged up. Now spots the next. You're praying that someone...
Oh, my God, no way.
It's perfection on the second. But the third, surely not, confirms the kill, makes it hurt. The second, is he overreaching? No, he's still okay. He could heal here. He's got a bit of time until that blue moves again. He's hoping Mossy gets into the fight. He knows there's 3 teams. He knows he's one of them. He knows the other's there. Nade in hand.
If he does this.
He takes it. He waits. He goes for it. That nade could be everything. It dips just too short. Bends back up. We have 2 players. He tried to step out on it. Voxic says, oh, the nade! Late in the game. Where's Mossy now? Run, Mossy, run. This is your chance. Shut them down while you can.
This is it. 1 versus 1 scenario. He's waiting to the last moment. He's got the AKM and he gets the kill and he gets the win. He waits for the right time to strike and he finds it perfectly. Mossy seals the deal. And you can see the look on Ninja's face. Him and his team, they've just bagged themselves a win in round number 3. They needed that to jump them up the scoreboard, and jump them up it will.
Absolutely, it will. Really well played from them. They were sat on that hill. We saw so many potential fights that could have unfolded poorly for them, but they came out on top. Some great range shots coming out from them. Ninja landing some great bits of work way further down. There were so many chances, so many times we thought, surely they're done for. Surely it could have all gone wrong, but no, they held on. And the kills coming out from Mossy, 7 kills in the end.
It's beautiful. 11 as a team's fantastic work. Looking across the board, what have we got? 8, 9, 11 again for the Knights and the rest of the boys. Yuan, though, with the 2-piece, takes 1 face, takes the second one, goes for the grenade. Just before he dies, at least gets another one off. And all of a sudden, Mossy like, let's get involved.
But credit to Mossy as well for counting how many are alive and how many got knocked. Because it's very easy to kind of look at, there's 3 or 4 alive, but actually you know that 2 of those have been knocked. And as soon as he saw that nade hit, up and running he gets. Really smart play to take that 1v1 while that other player will be considering, do I go for a revive? Where's the other player? What do I do here?
There is a level of micromanagement to this game, right? Being able to count when it's time to strike, what's the perfect scenario. You know, we kind of spoke it a little bit with the Wacky Jacky scenario, going for a couple of pop shots early on when the team did kind of have the drop. They didn't have the information. You could see a few players scoped in, but then they backed off. They could have maybe took that slightly differently, approached it in a different way. It's easy for us to sit here and theorize, but that's all we're going to do for now. When we return, guys, we will have the final game of the Charity Invitational, $1 million to give away. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second.
That's the smart play from the boys. Take no chance. These poor players, they're all lining up. Can he get the kill? Great work on the front for the second. He still stands. Balak's there to support, and both the players are now knocked down. Balak on the move around the corner. Gets the job done. They see this, they know this. A new attack came out. Look at the push. Up on top of the hospital we go. You're going to need... He's going to try and get back into this. He needs to get the kill right now. The underhand nade, that could be devastating. Doesn't get close enough. Run, boys. Ooh, Esker.
That could be
Esker. He might be in trouble. Oh, he is.
Them will be waiting in the distance. M4 drills him. Will he confirm it? Tags him up here.
Well and clean. Does get tagged up now, spots the next. You're praying that's on. Oh! It's perfection on the second.
This is it. 1 versus 1 scenario. He's waiting to the last moment. He's got the AK.